Bonjour, Squan Gichita Indigenous Cause, Makwa Ondolem. My name is Red Warrior, and I'm from the Bear Clan. It all started when me and my brothers were hunting. That's when we saw the white man. We knew then that we had to get back to our people and warn them about the invaders. When we got back to our village, it was already destroyed and our people were gone. We searched and searched, but we found no one. Then before we knew it, we were surrounded by the white man. There wasn't much we could do, so we decided to surrender. We were tied to the back of a wagon and we were brought many miles away from our village. We eventually came to a road that brought us to a fort, and there they separated me from my brothers. They tied me back to the wagon and began to take me away from the fort. As we got further away from the fort, my brothers' cries were getting harder to hear. I started to wonder if I'd ever see my brothers again. It wasn't too long until we came upon an iron horse. I was put in a wagon attached to the iron horse with other Indian children. And then the iron horse began to scream and it started to move. It brought us to a white village. It was there that me and the other children were put on another wagon. The wagon brought us to a smaller white village. Then we got off the wagon and were sent into a building where they began to cut our hair. A few of the children, including myself, struggled and fought with them, but they managed to cut it anyways. I felt an emptiness in my soul as I watched my hair fall to the ground. They forced us to wear wool clothes that were too hot and made us itch. We couldn't even talk in our language, and if we did, we would be tortured. One day I'd had enough, so I decided to rebel. I stood up on the table and began to speak my language. And then the guards came, they forced me down from the table. They took me downstairs and they beat me for a real long time. They threw me back into my room as an example to the other boys. I tried to talk to the other kids, but they were afraid to talk to me. I realized if I stayed longer, then I would be like the other children, afraid. I decided to make a run for it, so I snuck out after dark and ran into the nearby woods. As I was running, I saw a small cabin in the woods, and a white woman invited me in. She offered me some fresh bread and warm soup. I was skeptical, but I was also very hungry, so I went inside. I wanted to leave as soon as I could, but the woman insisted that I stay the night. I was nervous about staying, but I was also very tired, and so I accepted her offer. When I woke up early the next morning, the school guards were waiting for me. I was taken back to the school and beaten. I realized that the only way to survive was by doing what they say. I spent the next 2 years doing what they told me to do. And over those years, the children that continued to rebel slowly disappeared. So there I was, 2 years later. I was now known as James. I had forgotten most of my language and my cultural ways. I didn't have any incidents at the school since I ran away, until I saw new children arrive that were just starting to lose their culture. As I saw the children fight with the white man over their hair, I then realized what had become of me. So I decided to preserve what I had left of my culture. I regret that I wasn't able to help the children. I decided to get out and tell people about the schools That way I could help all of them. That winter, I left the school. My name is Red Warrior, and I haven't forgotten about my people.